You're not always going to be motivated to put in the work to achieve your goals. That's why it's important to stay consistent with your daily habits to make a difference. So if you want to learn some tips on how to stay consistent and motivated, stay tuned and let's get into it. Hey everyone! Welcome to Life of Sacha. So if you've watched my last 3 videos, you know that I'm doing a mini series on that girl routine. So this is all things habits and routines, obviously. This is the last episode of this series. So if you've watched this whole thing, thank you. So today's video is how to stay motivated and consistent every day. So I'm just gonna stop talking and let's get into it. So number 1 for this is to set clear goals and intentions. This can help to have a target on what you're aiming for and what to put all of your energy towards. This can be a whole array of different things. This can be wanting to work out because you want to have a fit body and you want to be healthy. This can be wanting to create a better routine for yourself because you want to be more productive. So what you're looking for here is, why do you want this thing? It really is personal to you though, because you're gonna need to want it if you're gonna achieve it. But a very simplified everyday way of setting a goal could be, I want to wake up at 6 o'clock every morning for the next month. There are a few different ways that you can get to this goal. You'd have to set an alarm. You can't hit snooze. You have to go to bed early. So when you're setting goals, you have to come at it with a positive mindset and you have to track your progress and make adjustments from time to time when things aren't working. So that's really important as well. When you set goals and make intentions for things, this can boost your productivity, it can boost your confidence, it can help you focus, and it gives you a purpose on life. And who doesn't want that? I'll give a little example on setting goals and intentions from my life because I feel like it's always good to have like a real life example. So for me, 2 years ago, I decided that I wanted to grow my glutes. I was always very skinny and I just wanted a little bit more curves, you know? My goals were clear, not just go to the gym. I had a very specific goal in mind on what I wanted to achieve, and that was exactly what I did. These are my before and after pictures. You may have seen them before if you follow me on Instagram. I will also leave my Instagram tag right here. Go follow me. That is a clear example of me setting a goal with intentions on what I wanted, and I was able to achieve it because I put my mind to it. I went to the gym 3 to 5 days a week and I would focus mostly on my lower body. I'm still currently working on it, but I have gotten a lot of comments lately about how I still am very skinny, but I have a big bum now. So I'm very happy about that. But it just shows that having clear intentions and goals and striving for them and having something that you want to aim for is so much easier than just blindly doing it, because you need something to focus on if you're gonna set a goal. So the next point on how to stay motivated and consistent every day is creating a routine that works for you. This one is not a one size fits all. Everyone's lives and schedules are different, so it really has to cater to your own life. So that's why it's important to figure out your why, because obviously everyone's priorities are different. So if someone is doing one thing, you're not gonna do what they're doing because that's something they want. So you have to figure out what you specifically want, and then you can work that into your routine. From my example about growing my glutes, since I wanted to do that, I had to build into my routine going to the gym at least 3 times a week and working out my legs at least 2, and that has definitely made a difference. It's also important to start with small, manageable changes and slowly build yourself up from that, because if you try to just change your whole routine at once, you're not gonna be able to stick with it. An example of this could be if you're wanting to go to the gym 5 days a week and you don't go to the gym at all, I would try to start going at least 2 or 3 times and then slowly make your way up to 5. There are a few different ways that you can make things easier for yourself when you're trying to establish a routine. So if your goal is wanting to wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning every day, planning ahead would be making sure that you go to bed early. Obviously, you need at least 7 to 9 hours of sleep. Or if you want to start going to the gym in the morning, you can set aside an outfit So you already have something set up and you can just put it on and go. Whatever your goal is that you're trying to achieve, you have to make sure that you create a routine that fits your lifestyle because that helps to prevent burnout. If your goal is to wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning, but you work a night shift until like 12 or 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, that's probably not gonna be a very manageable goal because you're gonna need to get some sleep in between. So you definitely have to make sure that the goals that you're trying to achieve are within your lifestyle, which is kind of what we talked about in the first point. But anything is possible if you really want to make it happen. You might just have to give and take some stuff, but what's life without having to give and take? Being able to create a routine that works for you has a bunch of different benefits. It can help with time management, it can help form habits, and it can also help with adapting to change. So going back to the goal about waking up at 6 a.m., that can help with time management because you're planning ahead. So you're going to bed earlier, you're waking up earlier, and you're making sure that you kind of do all of the things you need to do in a certain time span. And I feel like once you start getting into the rhythm of forming habits, it's a little bit easier to just keep on building on them. So yeah, it makes you adapt to whatever you need to do. So the next point is tracking your progress and celebrating small wins because we all need to do this. So first things first for this, like we said a few different times, you have to make sure that you're setting achievable goals. You can't do everything at once. So like I said in the beginning, if you have a really big goal, it's good to break them up into smaller pieces so then it's not as far-fetched once you start hitting like little milestones. So an example of this could be, for me, my goal for my YouTube channel is, my very big goal is maybe one day hitting 1 million subscribers, but obviously starting out, I literally had 0. You have to go in small increments. So of course, when I'm starting with 0 subscribers, 1 million seems far-fetched, but when you break it into smaller pieces, it really isn't that bad. First of all, you're starting from 0, you'd wanna make it to 100 because 100 subscribers, wow. And then after 100, you would go like 500 and then 1,000 and then 10,000 and then 500,000 and then 1 million. So I definitely think it's good to break up big goals into smaller pieces because if you were waiting for 1 million subscribers, that seems like a very long time to wait, especially because you have to put in a lot of time and energy and focus into that goal. But for me, I hit 100 subscribers and I was so excited. I hit 500 subscribers and I was like, oh my goodness, now I'm at a little over 1,000 and I'm like, this is manageable. This is fun. So a few different ways that you can track your progress is you could use calendars, to-do lists. You can even get apps on your phone to do this kind of stuff. You can also check in weekly, monthly, and even yearly if you want to. I've found that very beneficial for me to kind of check in weekly, monthly, and then see what I wrote down a year ago just to see how far I've come. It's also good to treat yourself when you deserve it and share your success with your friends and family because if you have the right people around you, they will be supportive and happy for you. Doing all of this, like tracking your progress and celebrating small wins, helps you to stay accountable. It helps you be resilient, productive, and just helps you to stay encouraged. So number 4 on this list is surround yourself with motivation. So this can be physically and mentally. So some of the physical forms could be having a vision board. I also have a vision board right here that I can see every time I sit at my desk. This can be pictures on Instagram. I find that there's a lot of motivational quotes that are on my For You page on Instagram, and sometimes I like to just look at them, read them, save them if I feel like it resonates with me. This can also be listening to podcasts, like motivational podcasts that make you feel amped up to get what you're doing done. And then surrounding yourself with motivation mentally it can be mental and physical, but keeping a clean space, I feel like this one is so important for motivation, at least for me. I know that if my house is really messy and there's clutter and it's just like crazy here, I'm not very motivated to do anything. My mind isn't clear. So I think that one's really important as well. You also have to be very mindful of the people that you let into your circle because we don't want negativity negativity in our bubble. There's nothing worse than having someone where you tell them good news and they kind of shut it down. They pick apart reasons why it's not gonna work or why you shouldn't do it, that kind of thing. So you definitely want to stay away from negativity like that. Surrounding yourself with motivation has so many different benefits. It can help with your personal growth. It can help you with learning opportunities. So if you meet someone that's more successful than you, especially if they're doing something that you want to learn how to do or you're striving to do, you can get some tips, tricks on how to achieve that too. And all in all, this can help with your success in life because when you have motivated people around you, it motivates you to do better yourself, and that's just always a good thing to have. Lastly, for number 5 of this video, it is overcoming setbacks and staying disciplined. It's important to acknowledge and process your emotions. Don't just sweep them under the rug and try to forget about them, because you're never going to be able to let negative emotions go unless you sit with them and process them. And then after you do that, it's a lot easier to move forward with everything, with your life, your emotions, and just really feel everything. It's also really good to be able to bounce back if something doesn't go your way. So let's say you wanted to wake up at 6 a.m. Going back to this example, but let's say you wanted to wake up at 6 a.m. and you kept on hitting snooze, or you were really tired and kept on going back to bed. You shouldn't beat yourself up over it. Maybe try to evaluate what's going on and see if there's anything that you can change in your habits and in your routine that will make it a little bit easier to be able to achieve your 6 a.m. goal. It's also good to minimize distractions to keep you focused. So let's say for this 6 a.m. example, you go to bed at like 9:30, 10-ish, but then you sit on your phone for like half an hour to an hour. That's kind of defeating the purpose of going to bed early. So a way to reevaluate what you're doing is not going on your phone at all, or keeping your phone in a different room, something like that. You should also keep on learning constantly. I don't think anyone in this world knows everything about everything. Pick up a book and try to learn some stuff that you're interested in, or listen to a podcast or a YouTube video. So for me, I watch videos on like self-motivation and how to grow on social media, that kind of stuff, because I'm always constantly trying to learn more about that, since it's one of my goals that I'm trying to achieve. I also find it really helpful to visualize what success means for me and how I would be with the success that I'm looking for. So vision boards are a really good one for that if you're trying to really imagine it. Creating habits is such a great way to change your life, because when you stay disciplined in building the life that you want, you can look back and be a totally different person by just sticking with the habits of being the person that you want. For me, it's crazy to even just see how different I am from the past 10 years, from just sticking with the habits that I knew I needed to do to become the person that I want. And I think that is so important. Staying disciplined and overcoming setbacks can help with a lot of different things. It can help with your time management because it forces you to prioritize different tasks at different times. It can also help with decision making, because if something's not working, you gotta try something new. You can continue to do stuff that works and get rid of anything that doesn't work. It also helps you to be okay with letting go of things and reevaluating and just trying new things, which also makes you a bit more resilient to changes in your life. It helps you to be stronger, and it also helps you bounce back from anything that life throws at you. So just a little recap on today's video on staying motivated and consistent is: number 1, we are setting clear goals and intentions, having an aim for what you want and striving for it. We're creating a routine that works for your schedule, because it is going to be different for everyone. You have to do whatever works for you, because this is your life and your routine and your schedule. We are tracking our progress and celebrating small wins, because this helps to motivate you to keep on going. You can see what works and doesn't work, and when something goes good, you celebrate it, because why not? We're surrounding ourselves with motivation, because it's always good to be surrounded with people that are like-minded and help uplift you and just make you a better you. And lastly, we are overcoming setbacks and staying disciplined, because that is how you stay resilient in this life. You have to just keep on going no matter what comes at you. So I hope you found this video helpful today. Definitely let me know down in the comments below which tip was your favorite. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to Life of Sacha, and hit that bell button for more videos about beauty, fashion, and lifestyle. Here on Life of Sacha, I believe that looking good and feeling good on the inside and out contribute to having good self-confidence. So subscribe to my channel, because through my videos, I show you different ways that I incorporate that into my life. Well, that is all for my mini series this month. I hope you enjoyed this. As much as I love doing these talking videos, I've been making soups and pretzels and doing all of these things that I also want to share on this channel. So let me know down in the comments below, would you be interested in seeing a vlog every week or every month as well as these videos? Or do you want to just see vlogs or just these videos? Let me know down in the comments below. But anyways, I hope you have a good rest of your night or day whenever you're watching this, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!